different angle today. And I want to make sure you guys get to see everything I'm doing. Alrighty. I've got my other quilt rolled up there at the table. All right, now I'm going to go put the kettle on. Is it better like this? Might be better like that, eh? All right, I'll be right back. We're going to work on Howie's today because he's at work, and that makes sense. Oh my God, I got news for you. My London Sunshine air fryer died. Completely died while I was making dinner yesterday. I thought I had blown a fuse. Not a fuse. God, that's how old I am. I thought I tripped a breaker. And all right, I got to get set up here. Now, let's put the laptop over here where I'm going to be able to see it. You guys actually get to see how I'm... Oh my goodness, Gracie. As soon as I start talking. All right, now, let's unravel this. From here, it's all tangled around things. This happens when you get going with wires. All right, let's turn you on. Come on, you're plugged in. You are plugged in, aren't you? Yeah, you're plugged in. So why did it just turn off? Please don't be the day that everything dies on me. What is going on? All right, let's move you over here. Let's get you. Oh. Over here. Now, why isn't my laptop working? Did I accidentally pull the plug? No, because my sewing machine's working. Oh. What is going on with this laptop? There it is. There it is. Here it comes. Okay, now we got to get our stuff together here where we've hidden it. Oh, where we've hidden our stuff. How it doesn't look, but if it's obvious, he'll notice it. And I really don't want him to notice that I'm making him a quilt. All right? Okay, kettle's on. There's my ruler. Where's my rotary cutter? Where is my rotary cutter? Oh, please tell me. Where's my rotary cutter? Okay. Oh, I hope I didn't roll it up in the other quilt. Did I put it up here? There it is. I see it. Oh, hush, Gracie. Okay, now enter. Okay. Oh. Hey, everybody. Oh, this is much better. You guys get to see everything I'm doing. Okay, now, I have to change this to our half-acre homestead. And then I'm going to make my cup of tea. Alrighty. Do you hear her? What do you want, Gracie? I'm going to make her a cup of tea and give her, I think she wants OUT. All right, now, my channel. There's my kettle just finished boiling. Just hold your butt, Gracie. This will give everybody a chance to get in. I'm coming. Come on, come on. Just a minute, Gracie. Give Mommy a minute. And there we are at the sewing machine. Oh my gosh, Gracie. Give it a rest. Honestly, we're well aware. We are well aware. Okay, I'll be right back, folks. I gotta get Gracie some more food and I gotta make my tea. Oh, oh, and I gotta turn this off. Can you guys see everything okay? You're gonna be able to see everything that's going on here? Okay. Now, what do you want, Gracie Magoo? What do you want, Gracie Magoo? Oh, you're hungry. Of course you are. Of course you are. You're always, you've got food in your bowl. What's going on? Oh, it's all mushed to the side. You doofus. There you go. Brand new clean bowl. Fresh food. Fresh water. As well as a variety of iron accessories. All right. I'm coming, folks. Featuring ancient iron stitches, where history and heritage combine to create a unique shopping experience. The Iron Sweater Market, located in Iron Islands, Galway, Killarney, and Dublin. The whole of Ireland. The whole of Ireland. All righty. Now. Okay. All right, we can do that. Okay, now. Wow, a lot of people here. How many? 46 people already. Okay, live chat. Let's pop this up. Here we go. Hey, 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 everybody. So, as you can see over here, I have rolled up Arthur's quilt. And I've got a start on our blocks. Now, we did a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I think we're going to make them 10 long and 7 wide. I hope that works out right. So we're going to put another one on here. Let's see what we got here. We need... Oh, no, because we want the ends. Oh, well, whatever. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Let's do it. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Now, I'm going to actually stand up and hold this. Let's push the table back just a wee bit. Okay. Oh, no, that's plenty long enough. 9 is plenty long enough. Now, let's look at 7 for width. 1, 2, 3. Oh, stop. Just stop, okay? I love the red too. Okay. I wanted the a different color that was going with it, but it got sold the purple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a nice width for his blanket. We'll see. Okay, but that's, so this row starts with a vertical. So now the next row is going to start with a horizontal. Get over here. Ugh. All right. Horizontal. And that's okay. Let's do it. Okay, it's red at both ends, so we're going to start with an off horizontal. There we go. Alrighty. That's these. Oh, we may not have enough already sewn up. Okay, so let's get some sewing done. All right. How's everybody doing today? Hey, hey, hey. Oh. Alrighty, guess what I did? Guess what I'm getting? Let's put it this way. Guess what I'm getting for Christmas? Guess what Mama is getting for Christmas? 2 8-foot long, 4 feet wide, 2 feet deep garden beds. That's what I'm getting for Christmas. Yeah, well, I said to Howie, I said, I've ordered my Christmas present. And he goes, oh, yeah, what is it? And I told him, and he goes, did you get 2 of them? And I said, no, I only got 1. And he goes, well, with that sale, you really should get 2. Oh, I know what we're missing. Oh, I know what we're missing. We're missing our cutting mat. Ugh. Oh, yeah. Okay, that was brilliant. This is how tall, 2 feet tall, will come to my hip, which will be wonderful. Okay. I'm never organized. I thought this was supposed to be easy. All right. See how I did that? Now it's going to slide right under the laptop. Let's move you over just a little bit more, sweetie pie. There we go. Look at that. Did I fix my camera? Why? What makes you say that? I'm filming with my phone. All right, now. I got trapped at Walmart. It was crazy. I was feeling grinchy. Went out of the blue. An entire shelf of Christmas cards fell on me. A child ran to get help saying, help this lady covered in glitter. Oh, you're kidding. Really? Oh, that's adorable. All right, now. Honky, honky, species spice. I'm going to see my honey tonight. Tweedle-a, tweedle-a, tweedle-a-dee. Alrighty. Horizontal. Okay. Hey, Cal. My living conditions were on my boat, and they have bought me a better one. I'm buying on Sunday. My life's going to be better by Christmas. Oh, darling, that's wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. All right. Now, this one's a little bit more narrow than the red. So we're just going to, oh, man. We'll do it this way. Make sure everything's running properly through. Okay. You are not. You got to come through here properly, or you're going to tangle shite up. There we go. Get a. Oh God, help me. There we go. Okay. Honeydew, I'm gonna keep my eye on you. Tweedle, 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 da. That is wonderful news, Cal. See, I wasn't, this one is a little short on this side, but it's going to be an end piece, so we're not really going to worry about it too much. And then we'll even it up with this side. Tweedly-dee, tweedly-dee. Give it up, give it up, give your love to me. I don't encourage people, unless you've been sewing a long time, to do things the way I do them because, all right, now let me see. We better have 9 here. Oh, well, you know what's going to happen is when it comes time, things are just going to work out. You know how I know? Because I make them work out. Well, that one's only 8.5, but we'll get there. Okay. We will get there. Okay, you're here. You're here. I think I'm going to get 2 out of this. Never someone told me when I first started quilting that their mother just used dollar store placemats as a cutting. Don't do that. Spend the money on a self-healing cutting mat. This was given to me because they didn't like it anymore. It still works really well. Okay, are we both the same length here? Perfect. And this one? Perfect. Okay, there's... All right, now we're going to keep outside reds in one pile, the ones with the outside on the red on the outside, and the ones that are colored on the outside, we'll do in a different pile. Okay? All right, I don't think I want to look at that one. That one just doesn't feel like I cut it up properly. And the other one, I'm going to have a small one because of it. There, this looks much better. Much more evenly cut. All right, now. See? Look at that. Zoom. Hey. How's it going? Phoebe, Angela M, Sherry, Seashell, aloha, darling. Anyone in Ohio, if your income is now AEP, whatever that means, they're installing heat pumps for $0. You should get one on your boat, Cal. Okay, now this one, we're going to make the outside red and red. Yeah, but the healing mats that you can find at dollar stores are too short. Like they're too small. I need something I can move around my sewing machine, set my sewing machine right on, like I am right now. Oh, you know what I think might be the problem? I changed my presser foot. Let me just look at something here. And my seams are a little bit on the wider side, so we'll make that. Oh, and Gracie was barking earlier. I think I better go see if there was any deliveries. Pretty soon, you guys, we're going to spend a day here wrapping presents. And thank God, my children don't watch my videos unless I ask them to, that it's important. Okay. Oh, Scheisenheimer. All right, let's start you here. Right at the edge of the presser foot now, because I forgot I have, unless I move the needle. I forget how to move the needle. How do I move the needle? No, that's not it. All right. Oh, well, I'll just do it this way. Because that's a different presser foot. The distance to my edge has been bigger. That's why it wasn't quite the right size. So this presser foot's going to ride along the edge of the fabric. Because I changed my presser foot. Glad I figured it out when I did. Well, let's see. I could always make up the mistake on the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I figured out what the problem was. Okay. Now, well, why don't I just sew up a bunch of these and then put the sewing machine aside and to cut them. So there's that one. All right, now let's do, we just did a red, so let's do, yeah, we just did a red, so let's do another color. Are you talking to me, Kyla? Yeah, no, I ordered the beds from Walmart. They're $135. They were $60 off. So they were like $199. I got them for $135. Oh, and whoever told me about the smoker for Bubba that I bought at Cabela's. Thank you. I phoned Cabela's and they said, now I can't just email them the receipt because I live pretty far away. It's like an hour and a half drive from here. But Howie said, we'll go this weekend and if the toddler smoker is on sale for $69. Now I paid $119. So if I take the receipt in before December 3rd, they're going to give me the $50 difference. So we're doing that this weekend. So thank you to the folks who told me about that. Kyla, just message me on Facebook Messenger, honey, and I will give you my address, or somebody in here can message you, but I'll give you my address when I'm done here. Okay, honey? Yes, your Christmas card is on my list. Your card is on my list. Oh my goodness, Gracie, are you having fun? She knows it's coming too. She knows Christmas is coming. Because your kiss. Gracie, honey, can you play with something that's a little more quiet? Like one of your dad squeakies? Okay. We have red on the outside and we have color on the outside. Now we're going to do another red on the outside. Tweedly-dee, tweedly-dee. Hey, Fruit Slinger, how's it going? All right, we're at 74 people. I can't believe we've got that many people that quick. So everybody say hi. Let me see where we are with this one. So everybody say hi, and I'll do a shout out in a second. Scraps. Where's my scrap thing? Scheisenheimer. Okay. Let me get this sewn together. Now these are not 100% wool, folks. These are wool blends. I hope. Let's hope that nothing shrinks when I wash it. Tweedly-dee, tweedly-dee. Give it up, give it up, give your love to me. Hey, Lena K. All right, is everybody done saying hi? Give me a second, and I will do the shout-outs as soon as I've done this piece of sewing, which you know will not take long. Alrighty. Red. All right. Okay, let's pop out the participant. Where are we going here? Got to get all the way to the top of the chat here. And then pop out the participants list. And say hello to Angela M. Hi, honey. Seashell, aloha, darling. Dana Fairchild, there's a new name. If you're new here, welcome. Frida Cassidy, hi, darling. Fruit Slinger, Joe Mama. Judy Kent, Joe said you're going to miss on Monday because you're going to the oncologist. Well, that'll be fine. You'll be able to watch the replay, okay? Judy Kent, Kathy Ponder, Kelly, how is life down under? You must be getting pretty hot these days. Kel Storm, I'm so glad you're getting a new boat, honey. Hi, Kyla. How's life in Alberta today? Are you coming home for Christmas? Linda Betty Boo, Boston. Linda Valcourt. I don't know if it's Valcourt, but it's the French I get used to. Journey, Phoebe, Rita's Garden, Sherry Leach, Sue Hagen, Tina Elliott, Trixie, and Unbridled Creation. Hi, everybody. All right, let me pop this back to the live chat and get to the bottom of the chat pile here. You can see that's my laptop right over there. Hey, Billy Lemasters. Hey, Billy, are you the one that sent me the letter when I made the ginger molasses cookies? And was it you who embroidered that beautiful little ornament for me? I know it was a Billy. Hey, Edie, how you doing? Hi, Missy. All right, now we've done, how many of these we got? 1, 2 of these, 1 of these. Okay, we're going to make, I just made one, didn't I? Where'd it go? There it is. Okay, I need to make 1 with, well, we'll leave you, because we're going to need 2 pieces of the plaid. Get a red. Let's see. Oh, beautiful, Clark. I must have known what I was doing when I was cutting these. Or I just got really lucky. Hey, Willow. How are you, darling? If it wasn't you, Billy, that's fine. I'm trying to place. Because the fellow who made me that, made me those, that ornament and sent me a letter. Okay, Sherry, you hang in there, okay, honey? We got you in our prayers. I'm pretty sure Billy the Masters. I just, people drop out of my life online, and until I see a familiar name, I don't realize they're gone until like I'm hanging up their ornament, and they go, where did they go? It wasn't you, okay. I might have to do that again. I'm going to have to run that through again, because I got too close to the edge. At the end there. I got too close to the edge. So I just want to do it right. You take care, Sherry. Hey, Yellow Bird. How are you, darling? Yellow bird up high in banana tree. Yellow bird, you sit all alone like me. And this weekend I'm going to be shopping for baking stuff. Yay! I am going to make peanut butter fudge and peanut fudge and chocolate peanut butter fudge for my gluten-free boys. Always double check. Make sure things are staying as they're supposed to. Whoa! Sorry, folks. Can you see okay? I've got, how I'm doing this right now is I've got my cell phone tripod up on the table so that you guys can see everything I'm doing. All right, now. All right, let's do a double red. Tweedly-dee, tweedly-dee. So whenever I do a double in one color, like the outside are doubles, I should do an inside one. Give it up, give it up, give your love to me. And if I have enough red fabric left over, I might make Howie a little heart-shaped pillow. He's got his appointment at the cardiologist on Thursday. We're hoping all is well. Oh, of course there'll be snowballs. There'll be snowballs, shortbread. I'm toying with ginger molasses cookies, and oatmeal raisin, and then the fudges. And on the 6th, we've got the Christmas party for Howie's work. We're going out to Baton Rouge for dinner, and then we're going bowling. Because 2 Christmas parties ago, I said, can we go bowling next time? And he goes, sure. But last year was already organized for Yuck Yucks. So we had dinner and then went downstairs to Yuck Yucks, which was a real treat for people to watch me go down an entire flight of stairs on my hands and feet. But we shall see. And Arthur's on days this week. So I want to be cleared up soon so that I can be available to have a visit with my grandbaby. There we go. I know. Not everybody likes ginger molasses cookies the way I make them because they're the old-fashioned ones, right? Okay, now I got to do 2 of the blue because I missed that on this one. Okay. We need 2 blue. Burma, don't be sending me them, man. Okay. Now. All right, let's get another one here. Oh, this one's really short. These ones are really short. Okay, so I'll just put 2 of these together. There'll be snow falling down from the sky. You'll awake to a tree trimmed with popcorn and holly that jolly old Santa will leave. Go to sleep, little child. Don't you weep, little child, while I sing you this lullaby for Christmas Eve. Now, I've had people say, "That make a CD. I love your singing." I can't do that, folks. That takes a lot more money than I have. That takes studio time. Musician, you got to hire musicians, and then you got to pay for the stamping and everything of the CD. So I'm never gonna, and then it'd be like my cookbook. I'd only sell like 20 of them, right? Well, it's not a cookbook, my homestead. So me making a CD, as much as I'd love to, while I still can sing. Missy, my mom used to make bourbon balls. I love them. I'm going to try and make some this week. Well, there you go. Yeah. It adds, you know, all of these colors will add a punch of color, but they will also tone down the absolute brilliance of this red. Gracie, get out of the wood pile. You're not getting anything to chew on over there. Okay. Go. Now we're going to do 2 red. Some of these are longer than the others. That's why you see me measure them out. This one's a little shorter. Let's see if I can find a longer one. Oh. see how long our... Oh yeah, this is new. This is a new color. Gracie, what? Your food is full. So don't start banging it around, fighting with the bowl. Scraps. This piece is from Penn. This came from a vest. And yes, I cut those beautiful brass buttons off because I am starting a button box. Because I've got little, you know, when you inherit from people who've passed away, and when, and then you go to auctions and you buy stuff and they add all sorts of stuff in. Well, let me tell you. I got little things of buttons all over the bloody place. So, I've found myself a quality street chocolate tin, and I'm saving my buttons because you just never know. No snow is falling, and nobody seems to care. No winter weather, no sign of it anywhere. Thank you, Ken. Though it's December, I'm not going to make. I only have a few of these new ones, so I'm only going to make them with the red sides. Though it's December, it feels like May. Do I have an Ollie store? What's an Ollie store? In blue Hawaii on Christmas Day, palm trees sway far away, orchids bloom New Year's Day. The Christmas spirit blows soft on the island breeze. I can't remember this next line. Do 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 do. And even Santa will wear a lace in blue Hawaii on Christmas Day. If I know it, I'll sing it. As long as it ain't new or I'd get a copyright bang. You know what I mean? Hey, Missy. I used to sit in the middle of my mom's bed and play with the button. It brings me a memory too. Made necklaces for Mom and Granny for Christmas, took my time. It was right out of Little House in the Prairie, isn't it? And the thing is I have one memory of my mom's button box. And when I was still out of kindergarten, not home, still at home, so I was under 5, okay? And my mom did laundry down the basement. She had 2 big stone wash tubs and a big wringer washer. And she would put the clothes through the wringer washer and she would have the wringer set over the first tub. And it would go through the wringer into the first stone tub full of cold water. And she had a plunger, a little blue plunger that had holes in it, looked like a flower. And that is actually a washing plunger. But my mom used it to get the rinse water and soap out of the stuff she put in the rinse tub. Then she would flip she would flip the ringer so that it would go over the second tub, and she would go through the rinse water from the first rinse water, and she would wring it out again into the clear rinse water with a little bit of fabric softener in it. And when that was done, she'd haul it all the way up the basement stairs, out in the backyard where my dad built her 2 clotheslines on wheels the length of the yard. Now, the reason you're hearing this is because when I was little, I remember her giving me a button box, like a really beautiful, it was an embossed tin and it had raised leaf pictures on it and all that stuff. And it was full to the brim with buttons. And if you want to keep a child occupied, give them a button box to play with. And I remember sitting on the floor. She put a blanket or something because the floor there was dirt. No, it wasn't. It was concrete. But she put the floor in the root cellar was But anyway, she put something down for me to sit on. And she'd open the button box for me, and that's how she kept an eye on me while she was doing laundry. Okay. Let's do, oh, we already did a red, didn't we? So let's do a double of this. Spring is just around the corner as I got my first seed catalog last week. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And my Christmas cards are being mailed out on Saturday. That's as close. I mailed them the last few days before December. Now let's just. He may get a 9-patch one too. Well, I've started mine. It's around here somewhere. It's over there. And I got buttons in. I got to go through all the bins my cousin Marilyn brought me of my Aunt Jane's stuff. Because I know there's boxes of buttons in there too. That's where I found the zigzag presser foot for the sewing machine. Because I didn't have one on here. I only had the regular presser foot. So the next time we sit down here, this will be during the week stuff. I will be cutting these all up and starting to cut rows. Sew rows, I mean, not cut rows, sew rows. Hey, honeydew. Yeah, it was an old fruitcake tin. Great big one. My mother did Christmas cakes the old-fashioned way. I don't do them anymore because nobody in my family eats them except my brother Bill, and he already makes his. Him and his, him and his wife make fruitcakes every year. But, you know, Howie's not fun. I got one in my freezer from years ago. Probably 3 or 4 years ago. And let me tell you something. If that was to be given as a gift or even sold, I would unwrap it, soak it in brandy, and rewrap it. And that thing, as small as it is, would sell for like $30. That's what we used to sell them for at the bakery. They never, every year, they would, any Christmas cakes that didn't get sold, they would bring them out. They would put them in the big. They had a great big freezer car, you know, like a freezer box that's on a truck or a train. And they would put all that. They would put all these fruitcakes in milk crates. They're wrapped and everything, but they would put all these fruit cakes. What the hell just happened there? Okay, what's going on here? Oh yeah, you're wrapped the wrong way. Okay. And they would freeze them till the next year. And then the next year, they would bring out the unsold fruitcakes, and they'd have a date on them. And they would lay them all out on a great big cookie sheet. And I had a bowl of apricot brandy. Oh, it made my stomach turn. My boss asked me, why did you say it was okay for you to paint the fruitcakes with brandy when you're an alcoholic? I said, because I'm in recovery. The only thing that does is upset my stomach a little bit, the smell of it. Trust me, I don't want to drink. She said, oh, okay. She said, you're sure? I said, yes. I said, you don't, if you didn't know I was an alcoholic in recovery, would it make any difference, right? Anyway, all these cakes would come out of the big freezer from the property, and they'd bring them in, and they would unwrap, they'd get unwrapped, and then laid out on these huge cookie sheets, bigger than mine. I had one, but it won't fit in my oven. And I would get a big paintbrush and pour apricot brandy in a bowl, and I would just pick up a fruitcake, paint the bottom, put it down, paint the sides and all over the top. Boom, 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 like that. Then they would be left to soak, and then they would get wrapped. And depending on the year, each tray had its own year. Say the ones I was painting that day were actually 10 years old. That means for 10, every year that has been taken out of the freezer and brandied. So a 10-year-old fruitcake that big would be about $35 because they're aged and they're soaked in brandy. That's why they stayed so long. That's why they soaked fruitcakes in brandy. Just soaked them. My mother would, she would bake them, and then she would line the baking tins with brown paper from grocery bags. And then when the cakes were baked, they would fit right into a cookie tin. And she'd soak them in brandy once they were cool. Like she'd trickle brandy on them, and then she would put a lid on it, put it in the root cellar to stay cold. And then she would, every couple of days, she'd go down and she'd trickle brandy on. My sister did the same thing. But I never put alcohol in my fruitcakes. They say, oh, it bakes off. Not when you soak it after it's been baked. You know what I mean? Seems to me that folks who have been through recovery of any type have a deeper insight. Glad you were strong enough to get through to the other side of it. Well, it's not, it's not about willpower, and it's not necessarily about strength. It's about recognizing the weakness and having a power greater than yourself, whom I choose to call the Creator, help you get through any issues, Like soon I'm going to be making RSO. If anybody of you knows what I'm talking about, you'll know what I'm talking about. I don't like calling it that, but I'm going to be making some of that soon, and that takes 100 proof clear alcohol, food grade. And the last time I made it, when I opened that bottle and sniffed it, my stomach went bleh. So, after years and years of recovery from, I don't like to say I'm not recovered from alcohol. I am healed from alcoholism, right? When I stop healing is the day I pick up a drink, right? And I won't. God willing, I will not. I need a long one here, folks. Uh-oh. Am I all short here? Let me see. I need a longer one. If not, I'll have to sew two reds together. That looks like I'm going to have to do that. So, yeah. Do people realize that senior citizens make only $20,000 a year? I don't know what senior citizens make. I am not drawing on my senior citizen. I could, not senior citizen. I could draw on my Canada pension, but I'd only get like $95 a month. You know why? Most of the jobs I had growing up or in my adulthood where a lot of my work was cash, right? I never worked full time I worked full time off and on, but I never really worked at many jobs that actually, counted taxes. So that means I don't get a lot back because I haven't paid a lot. But I've been paying. I've been paying every guy since since 2015 I've been paying. Because that's when, oh, really? It was when Trudeau came in, isn't it? In 2015 was the year that I had to declare everything I made. It used to be, unless you made $30,000 or more, you didn't have to declare income tax. In 2015, for 2015, the year Trudeau was elected, you had to declare everything. And they've been bleeding me dry ever since. I got 2 more payments to my Revenue Quebec. And my 10-year backlog of disability rebates did not come to what it should have. I'm going to use the ruler for that because I screwed that up. Oh, I know. Let's see. We got to do a double color now. These are for the shorter ones. Well, we're getting low on the blue, so let's work on the blue. As long as I have fairly equal amounts of double-sided red and double-sided off color, I should be fine. They don't all have to match. Here in the States, impoverished seniors is a growing statistic. Any chance of a co-housing setup? What does that mean? A co-housing setup. Like if the government comes to me and says, can you take in refugees? No, I won't. And not because I don't believe in looking after refugees, but because, do I have any more of these long ones? But because I don't believe all people claiming refugee status are actual refugees. So I don't want to talk about it. Kadeen. Hey, Kadeen. What are you saying? I am not eligible for Medicare. They raised the age here in USA. So it has been 9 years since I had any medical. Oh my God. Yeah, I know. The way it works, I watched a thing on it recently, is you can apply for that status if you're a foreigner coming to this country. But you get to apply for it. You can apply for it with your phone. And before they even go through your details, that gives you entrance into Canada. So you're not vetted before giving refugee status. They're just giving it, and then they're supposed to vet you after the fact, which is absolutely ass backwards, if you ask me. So basically, they're just handing them out to anybody who fills out the form on their phone saying that they're a refugee. They don't necessarily vet their details. You know what I mean? That was a little close to the edge. I have to redo that part from here over. Refugees can't vote, folks. They can't. And if they can, it's time to leave this country. They're not citizens. It takes 5 to 10 years. There's a whole process you have to go through before even arriving in this country. You have to have all your paperwork and why you want to be here, what you can offer as a member of this as a citizen of this country, your qualifications. Everything gets done before you even apply. Okay? That's not the way it's working right now. It's the other way around. That's what we've been hearing. The H-2B program, work entry with entertainment, is providing medical and money to aid and abet foreign adversaries. Oh my God. All right, we're not going to talk about this anymore because that's just, we don't want that negative energy in this room. You know what I mean? We just don't want it. Okay. What time is it, folks? What time is it? I can never tell. That clock hasn't been changed. I never know if it's actually on time. If you notice, we're not hearing the clock anymore because I took the friggin' batteries out of it. I hate it when people dump other dead people's stuff on you thinking, oh, they'll like that. Well, I've got 3 clocks already. 4 if you count the one in my old office. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting quite a pile, folks. Look. There's a pile. There's a pile. Oh. Hey, Backyard in Bloom. How are you, darling? Okay, Rosie. You take care, honey. These ones are short. Do I have a short one? Set of short ones here? Whoops. That's my mouse. Don't mess with the mouse stuff. Well. And this weekend, while Howie's home, well, he's going to be, we're going out shopping on Friday. So, he's working in the garage Saturday, Sunday. So I will be working on the quilt frame. Because I'm hoping that Arthur's quilt will be done for the weekend. Make sure that's the right length. Perfect. Why don't you sew anymore, Light? Light Star, what a pretty name. I'll tell you one thing. If that's not 3.5 inches. I have another 3.5 inch piece here. Okay, Bev, don't worry about it. I'll just do it this way. Tina, hubby was at 4 grandsons after school sports program to watch. Oh, at our grandsons after. Oh, well, that's good. Okay. Okay. Let's do it this way. Okay. I had a lawyer with my divorce and judge. They awarded my ex-husband the house, making me homeless. Are you kidding? Oh, you're hand quilting a table runner, Trixie. Oh, well, yeah. It's kind of like having a quilting bee in my dining room. Shoot, did I drop that on? You know what? I'm going to start cutting some of these up for now, because I'm going to be putting this away soon. Now, so I want to make the next row to see how we're doing. Okay. You on the line there? Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 1, 2, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we are going to cut right there. Big cutting mats are the only things I can get to. Okay, now these ones are not cut. And then I got to clean this all up. And these ones are not cut. So this goes on the red pile. And this one goes on this pile. Boom, right there. Make sure I'm on the proper line. I didn't think that cut. Scrap. Okay. Line right there. Just make sure that we're on the right line. Oh, I think I slipped. I moved that one. Well, nothing's perfect. And that's the point. Bring this right there. Make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And boom. Uh-oh. This one might be a little on the short side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, it's going to be close. I can fudge a 1/4 inch. That's not going to bother me much. Whoever is having a storm, be sage. What? My only mother-in-law, my first marriage, she made quilts, her and great grandma, out of old clothing. It was like a story of Joseph in the coat of many colors. Well, that's kind of what we're doing. Mikey's is made out of, well, they're just scrap quilts, aren't they? I'm as happy as can be. Jiminy Cricket, Jiminy Jack, you make my heart go clickety-clack. Tweedly, 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 da. Okay, now, when we get to a point where we have a scrap like this, and a scrap like this, we may want to measure them, but that's not going to be 9 inches. So we'll save for because the ones I made with this fabric, there's going to be another piece, and it's 3 of them will make 1. We don't waste anything. Some folks consider a fussy cut where you make sure an image is centered before cutting. Nah, I don't bother. I just make sure everything lines up for sewing. I have 3 weeks to get these 3 quilts done, folks. 3 weeks. Today is the 25th, and if everything works out the way it's supposed to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're supposed to be having our family gathering on the 20th. Oh, if I can get all of these cut up before I'm done today, I will be happy. Oh, yeah, that's red on the inside. Like you need a fresh edge. Before we go any further, you need a fresh edge. Now we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It'll be soon time for me to have my visit with my Bubba. I've given Arthur my meat grinder. Not my Sam Bear meat grinder, but the one that I did a preview on. Because it's brand new. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And he is the type who will go out and buy a rib roast or something and then cut it into steaks. And he said, he said, well, yeah, there's a lot of trim. And I said, then you grind it and you make it into hamburger, son. You save it up, you grind it, you cook it. Like you grind it as you go along and put it in the freezer. I should know by now, but if you don't know me by now, you will never, ever, ever know me. Ooh. Oh no. I cut that one too short. I know I did. Yeah, I did. Frig. It happens. Hi, Irene. How are you, darling? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I made a mistake on that last cut because I was singing, but that's all right. We have a use for scraps. We don't throw them until we know exactly how much we have going on. Well, you know, meals are meals. Howie, yesterday, was it yesterday? Is today Monday or Tuesday? I gotta cut the edge off of this one. Okay. So, on Sunday, I didn't want to cook. So I said to Howie, you can have spaghetti or you can have pasta with butter and Parmesan and garlic. And he goes, you didn't hear me. You can have spaghetti or you can have, because I cooked a nice meal on Saturday and on Friday. And he goes, how about Swedish meatballs? I said, I don't have making noodles in me today. I said, and I'm certainly not going to make meatballs and everything. It's a day I want a simple meal. And he goes, well, just make me something as close as you can. So what I did is I took the hamburger that he got out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I put it in the crock pot. I do everything the same as I do for spaghetti. I put the hamburger frozen in the crock pot. And then I added peppers, onions, celery, zucchini. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And mushrooms. And then when it was cooked, I chopped up all the meat and everything. And then I added 2 cans of mushroom soup because I don't water it down. So he got 2 cans of mushroom soup, or not 2 cans of mushroom soup. So then I stewed it all up and I put it over pasta noodles. He said, I'd take that over spaghetti any day. I said, you're not getting me to give up my spaghetti. He said, no, your spaghetti's good. He said, but I prefer, the mushroom sauce. And I said, well, I'll remember that, won't I? Okay. Get this top trimmed. And up to here, and I'm pretty sure that's 9 right there. It is. So I call that mushroom spaghetti. But, you know, Swedish meatballs or something we used to make when I cooked with a microwave back when the kids were little. I'd make the meatballs and put them in a casserole dish and cook them in the microwave. And then I would boil the egg noodles. And then I would assemble the egg noodles and the meatballs and the onions. And then I would pour a can of mushroom soup over it and then cook it again in the microwave. I didn't know any better, folks. I really didn't know any better. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I can cut this piece off here. So yeah, I can make Swedish meatballs, but it's a pain in my butt, you know. So maybe one day I'll make them for them. Kevin Costner was the name I was trying to remember yesterday. That new show on Prime called Horizon, an American Saga, Chapter 1. It was with, now I want to say Dustin Hoffman again. Kevin Costner. Okay. Here we go. I'd call those rubber balls. Or I would cook them in the microwave and then add the sauce and reheat them and then pour them over noodles. I can't remember. It's been so long. Yeah. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh shit. Hope that works. Okay, let's see how long you are. I think you're just gonna make it, my friend. Okay, we'll cut this last bit off here. Whoops. Okay, I only got a few more to cut. Oh, one more, and then I can tidy up and hide the evidence until later. Okay, that's got a nice straight edge. Okay. Keep dry noodle on hand for them. Well, I don't. Our Thanksgiving's done, so I'm kind of grateful for that. Oh no, let me see. That is really close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, that was close. There we go. And this is what we've accomplished today. Should we do one row? Should we do one row? Okay. This row starts with red, red. So we're going to go color, color. Okay. The first row goes like this. Well, ours is over well before Halloween. That's why I don't like calling it Thanksgiving, because people confuse us and think we're American, and we're not, you know? Where are you, my little babies? There you are. Okay, 1, 2, and then we're gonna do let's do a blue one here. The next one is going to be a double red, but not in the blue. Let's do this one. Yeah, exactly, Phoebe. So why we call it Thanksgiving, it just confuses people in the other parts of the world. And it also lends the illusion that Canada and the United States are the same country. We're the same continent. We're not the same country. That's like saying New Zealand and Australia are the same country. Didn't work that way. New Zealand and Australia is a continent in its own right. No. That's a red drum. Let's do this one. Oh, well, I'm glad. Thank you, Seashell. Remember, folks, so that just in case anybody wasn't here when I mentioned it, Seashell has put the link up on Life with the Wolfies. Starting on Monday, we're going to do our daily morning tea breaks every day. And why do we do it every day? Because not everybody has a wonderful holiday. You know what I mean? Not everybody has... Oh, okay, I see what's going on here. Get back in there. Not everybody has family and friends. Not everybody has great experiences around from holidays in the past, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Ours follows more along the harvest supper. You know, I think in England it's the day after, I think it's November 6th is the harvest supper. But our harvests are sooner than a lot of places in the United States. Right? Because, you know, now what's going on? Something's making a funny noise. And I want to make sure that everything is as it should be here. Put a little piece of fabric under here to hold this thing upright. Okay, let's push you guys up so I don't yank you onto the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 more to go. And it should end with I had a niece come for Thanksgiving and bring a friend because her family was in the U.S. They were both their families were in the U.S., so we invited them here for Canadian Thanksgiving. And her friend was working on becoming a vegetarian. I don't know if vegetarian, vegan. Anyway, she couldn't stand the smell of the cooking turkey. She had to eat it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now that would be the width. And look, it makes H's, like Howard. This would be the width, and I think 7 is long enough, wide enough. But these are the lengths we're making, and we only need 7 of them. Okay, 1, 2. That's 7. I just said, didn't I? Let's do something a little bit. Oh, all right. We'll do you. Yep. It spells hi. It must be getting on time for me to start dinner. It's getting dark out. One more, and we'll try and get this sewed on to the other one so you guys can have it your first peek of this. Oops. Oh, no, I don't want that one. We'll do this one. There aren't going to be as many of those, so some of these are just going to have to blend. Because I have, the most I have is of this fabric, the brown and green. Shoot, I really better get a move on. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, I see what's going on. I think. Oh, I see. Okay, you just frig. My bum's getting sore too. My hips pressed down, hip joints pressed down into these hardwood chairs. Alrighty. Now, let us see if we can't get these two pieces together before I gotta go make dinner. Because Tuesday's normally my day off. Alright, now, where's Aunt Jade? There's Aunt Jade. Oh! Oh! Alright, now, hello, Aunt Jane. Move the tea out of the way. And let's see, we got, what's at the other end of that? Okay. Alrighty. Now I'm just going to pin them at the joints because I want the joints to be well, that's the whole point of being thankful, though, isn't it, Phoebe? For the, you know, for the Americans. Because those that did survive had a great deal to be thankful for. Okay. I love having these pins of my Aunt Jane's. They're old, they're strong. They don't bend and break like some of the crappy dollar store ones. Even the ones you get in the fabric stores now are the crappy ones from China. Give it up, giving our love to me. It's time for me to start putting my Christmas lights on too. My neighbors could probably set their watch by 4 o'clock when I turn my lights on. All right. Come on, there we go. I don't have the manual dexterity in my hands that I used to. Yeah, it is. These are stainless. But sometimes they make them so thin. Like these. Oh, God, my hands don't want to work. These pins are old. These pins are at least. Now, my Aunt Jane died, I think, in 1999. So you figure how old and she, you know, she's had a lot. My Aunt Jane used to spend, well, I think I modeled myself after most of my elders. I got my fishing desire from my Aunt Doll and gardening and crafts from my Aunt Toots. My Aunt Toots, whenever I went to visit, if I stayed a couple of days, she always had arranged crafts. I remember once we made little pin cushions made out of hearts, red satin with white lace edging. And I got to take that home to give to my mom. I think my mom was still alive. Or was it after Mom died? I can't remember. I just farmed out to a lot of relatives and stuff after Mom died during the summers and that. Stuffed is good unless you're turkey. Do you remember that cartoon with Daffy Duck and the turkey? And he told the turkey, you know, they're going to cook you. That's why why would you think that? They feed me so well. They love me. And he said, I trust you. They're fat. Trust me, they're fattening you up so they can eat you. So he puts the turkey on a diet plan, puts him through exercises and shaking things until the turkey's like this. Meanwhile, Daffy Duck's been eating all the food that the farmers brought for the turkey. So when the farmer went to execute the turkey or dispatch the turkey, he went, well, this'll never do. And there was Daffy Duck sitting there like this. And he went, we may not have turkey, but we're going to have duck. I remember. Does anybody remember that cartoon? God, there's so many life lessons in cartoons, the old cartoons, right? That lesson was, you know, when you try and do people wrong and profit off it, you're going to end up holding the, you know, the stick, the shitty end of the stick. so to speak. There's one really old cartoon that I used to love, and it was Porky Pig was harvesting, him and his dog. Even his dog was putting bones in jars and burying them. And he sang this little song about, I don't know, but then the wolf across the way would sing, "Working can wait, this is paradise, having no work to do." His dog was so lazy he could barely bark at the cat. I wish I could remember the Porky Pig song, but in the end, he came to Porky Pig begging. "I'm starving, la 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 la." So Porky Pig lets him in. And this wolf and his dog eat and eat and eat and eat of all the bounty that Porky Pig and his dog had worked at so hard over the summer, spring, summer, and fall. And then when he's finished, the wolf is sitting there going, "Yeah," picking his teeth. "Yes, sir. You won't catch me. You won't catch me lagging about this year. You'll see me. Yes, sir. I've learned my lesson." And then all of a sudden he looks out the window and he sees a bit of snow melting and a green leaf with a bird singing on it. And he goes, "It's spring!" And even though there was snow everywhere, him and his dog ran to his porch and started going, "Working can wait." Yeah, so I'm sorry, cartoons today don't teach that kind of, those lessons. I remembered that cartoon. You know why? Because I remember those who work will eat, and those who don't won't. Mind you, I don't like duck. We've had duck, don't like it. I don't like goose. It's a bitch to get rid of all the feathers in a goose. You can pull them, but then you got to practically take a tweezer to the whole body because the quills are all inside. Hang on a second now. Let's take that pin. We'll go back and forward. Take that pin out. Take that pin out. Backwards and forwards. Make sure I took the pins out. Hey Wendy, how you doing, darling? We're just about to finish up, and I'm going to show you what we've gotten done on Howard's Blinky. His Binky. Oops, where'd that pin go? There it is. Did I double stitch over that? No, yes I did, okay. And then I'll show you, and then guess what? We only have 5 more rows to work on this. You think we can get her done while Howie's at work? Not necessarily today, but over the next week or so, I plan on getting his and Arthur. Well, Arthur should be finished soon. Whoops, hit a pin there. righty. We're almost there. Uh-oh, get out of here. Stop that. Go. All right, folks, let's have a peek, shall we? I'm going to turn the camera around so you guys can get a better look. Oh, where that came from. Make sure. Okay. Oh! Oh! Whoops. Here, I'll turn this light on for you too. Okay, so this is the length. Okay? There, that's touching the floor. So it's good and long. And this is the width. Okay? That's wide enough. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, no, sorry. This is the length, okay, and it's going to be, let's fold 2 in. And this is going to be the width, right? That's good. That's a good size. That's a good size. All right, I got to clean up, get supper started, turn on my outside lights, and hide the evidence. And then I'm going to sit down and I'm going to start tying on Arthur's. So take care. God bless. I love you guys. And thank you so much. You guys, ooh, you make working fun. I love you. Take care. God bless. And remember, always remember, no matter how little we have, we're grateful to have it. We're lucky to have it. Okay? That's why I don't complain. Take care. God bless. Well, I complain sometimes. I'm only human. Right? Right.